So our fight here in America has opened up an opportunity for people that come in from all over the world. At one point in time in this country, they only wanted Europeans coming here and giving them citizenship, giving them land, giving them everything they need. But they blocked out definitely the diaspora. They blocked out Latinos, Asians. They had the Chinese Exclusion Act here at one point in time in this country. But after the fight of our ancestors, the fight of my grandparents, for sure, who are ancestors now, it opened up the door of opportunity for all these other groups to come into this country. And unfortunately for us as FBA, we were never, congratulated or saying, hey, man, I really appreciate, because, man, the opportunities I have, because, boy, my homeland, man, it wouldn't have been for y'all. No. They come in with hostility, some of them. They come in thinking they're better. Some of them claim that we're lazy. Some of them saying we don't have culture. Some of them have joined, a lot of them have joined with the folks and parroting their same talking points. Some of them have also joined white supremacist gangs, not the black immigrants, of course, but those who aren't black immigrants join white supremacist gangs to be against us as FBAs. Being the white supremacist foot soldier, they had no problem doing this. But now it's just a turn definitely of 2025, and FBAs have delineated. FBAs are gatekeeping our culture. FBAs aren't coming out there fighting for nobody no more. They're wondering, where's FBAs? Why are they in the house? They tried to shame us to come out the house. They tried to plead with us to come out the house. They tried to cry for us to come out the house. They're trying to admit everything they can admit to show that they are good people and that we should come out and defend them. And our silence have been the greatest thing that we have ever done, is our silence is staying out the way and focusing on us and our particular ethnic group. Case in point, you have this young woman. She is a Nigerian woman. And I want you to hear what she says about her life here in America in relation to FBA.
If it wasn't for Black Americans, I, as an African person, wouldn't have the opportunities that I have today in America. So I keep seeing a lot of these comments about how Black Americans relate to my statement about Nigerians don't actually care about Nigerians. They only care about being wealthy to show off to underprivileged Nigerians. That's not how Black Americans operate. Like, I grew up in Nigeria and Black America. The one thing I will tell you about Black Americans, you see how they're into government. They build up their intellect to get into government, to try to do better and support their communities, and they fight to support their communities. If you look at how far in 400 years, 500 years, what African Americans have done and the level of they made life, it's not completely equal, but Black Americans have done a good job of fighting for the rights of their fellow Black Americans to have a better life in America. If it wasn't for Black Americans, I, as an African person, wouldn't have the opportunities that I have today in America. If it wasn't for Black Americans, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have today. So I can't really say that, because Black Americans may have their issues, but they have a better sense of community than Africans. I can say for Nigerians, they have a better sense of community and they enjoy communal, like making sure, I'm not saying that they do it perfectly, but you can tell that they put up a fight for their community. They put up a fight for their community more than Nigerians. Sorry, it hurts, but that's the truth.
Now, when someone is admitting something like that, we are saying, hey, we appreciate, you saying what you're saying, because it's the truth. We want you to have a good life in America. We really do. I don't know no FBA that would say to a person from the diaspora, man, we want y'all to be horrible in America. We don't want y'all to make it. None of us got an issue with you. None of us don't. You got to remember, when you came here, we say, hey, man, hey, come, let's link up. Hey, it's more Black people coming in. Cool. But unfortunately, her parents, or people like her parents, didn't want to unify. They want to do that. And really, some of them didn't want to unify either until delineation, until they really got to see, oh, shoot, I'm alone out here. Now, the Black immigrants going to have maybe a little easier time to get back in the good graces with FBA then definitely these other groups, I can't say that much, right? And really the issue with black immigrants is not what the issue is with the other ones. It was all about really with us, like, okay, respect, understand, why you here, like homegirl said right here, right? And that's it. That's all. It's not really a big issue. I always tell people this: black immigrants aren't my problem. They've never been my problem. Now, if they disrespectful, we're gonna check the disrespect. And hey, if they say, hey, bro, I ain't, didn't realize that or whatever, are they fixing the issue? I'm like, hey, bro, hey, sis, it's all good. We distant cousins. It's straight. We got bigger enemies to fight, and you not my biggest enemy. So I'm not going to fight with you like that, okay? Now, you got some black folks who are FBA, and they at times seem like they got more smoke for a black immigrant. I don't. I really don't. Black immigrants aren't my problem. I haven't been sabotaged by a black immigrant like I can be sabotaged by the banks. You know what I'm saying? Black immigrants aren't the ones who would take, now I got some black immigrants that are police. But if you look at how often black people have been killed unjustly, it hasn't been black immigrants. It's been them folks. And I make sure, like they say, keep the main thing the main thing. But a lot of black immigrants are starting to come out and say what this woman says. Because I met a black immigrant when I went to the Ohio Black Expo. He was a Somali immigrant. And he was coming, explaining to me about how not all of them are like that. Like, hey, bruh, okay, you ain't got to explain for your community. You don't. You are your individual self. I look at you as an individual Somali person. That's it. I ain't tripping on you, bruh. I told him, hey, man, if you ain't got nothing to do with anything disrespectful, man, you my brother. It's all good. I said, now, if you're disrespectful, we got a problem. That's what I told him. And so he said, oh, yeah, no, I'm not like that. I respect black Americans. I'm like, but I don't know why he felt to come explain to me. He don't have to explain to me for Somalis. Because listen, I've met some Somalis that's cool as hell. And some of them don't like FBA. That's cool too. I ain't lost nothing not by talking to you. I never grew up around you or whatever. So I am definitely cool. That's the only thing I'm saying. But my message to black immigrants is this: we don't want nothing bad for you. We really don't. But we have delineated, but my issue also with black immigrants is, and I'm going to keep it to maybe some of the older ones. They came in here delineating. And some of you now, black Americans, have delineated. Some of you have said, well, that's divisive. But it wasn't divisive when your parents were delineating. And maybe some of you too. It wasn't divisive then. Why wasn't it called divisive then? I'm noticing everybody want to say they black now. Before, when we say, hey, man, we all black. Man, we all black. Hey, you black. You may be from Nigeria. You black. We all black. I ain't black. I'm Nigerian. I come from Igbo. I ain't no black. Okay? The Dominicans, they got that bad. I'm no black. I'm Dominican. But all of a sudden, everybody black now. Everybody recognize their blackness now. What happened? Is it Trump? Is it delineation? Is it a combination of the two? Because see, black immigrants, they know that they can get protected a lot faster than these others. So if they know that their protection has been lifted away from them too, which it has to a point, now they're like, oh, whoa, brother. Hold on, we brothers, we sisters. Like, okay, we brothers and sisters, let's go ahead on and correct some problems then. And if we correct our problems, we cool after that. That's how I feel, at least. Now, some of you, like, I ain't fooling with them. Listen, I am not. I told y'all this, and this is what I believe in wholeheartedly. If a brother or sister correct the error of their ways, and they come with true repentance, and I really believe they have repented and they've seen the error of their ways, who am I not to forgive them of their transgression and let them, start over? Of course, trust is built over time, of course, right? You got to regain trust, and it takes time. And if they do the right thing and mean what they say, then, hey, it's all good with me. I don't feel that way about black folks, whether it's FBA or the diaspora. I don't feel that way about black folks. And you shouldn't feel that way either. Because I'm telling you, if you look at the history of your family and the history of my family, nobody in the diaspora stole millions of acres of land from FBA. Nobody in the diaspora had us up on trees somewhere. Nobody in the diaspora, we talking about here in this land, was literally cooking and eating us. Read the book, The Delectable Negro. Read it. It wasn't the immigrants that come in here from diaspora. It's these folks. You understand? So that's why I always say, keep the main thing the main thing. These other groups outside the diaspora, they want to be against us and join, but then they want to play games. No. You're not going to play this game. Come help us. And then no. We good. Because the Officer Yanez and the George Zimmermans and all that, we cool. We are really cool at this point. Y'all done picked your side. Now, I'm a firm believer that when you really pick your side, stay on it. Now, once again, if it's an individual and the individual's cool, hey, no problem if that individual is cool. But if you picking your side, no Lord. Nope. Stay over there with them folks. Bottom line. But shout out to her, though. Shout out to her. She's saying, hey, in her homeland, they don't care like FBAs care. She only telling, because I'm telling you she's telling the truth. Because I have people on our team from Nigeria, and they will big up everything she just said. A few of them want to leave Nigeria. They say, man, it's horrible out here. It is horrible. You feel me? All thing we ask to the black immigrants is look, just have some respect. We cool with you. We cool. And that's it. Like I said, if I got a choice between, dealing with the folks or working with a black immigrant, I'd rather work with a black immigrant as long as they cool. That's the only thing I'm saying, as long as you're cool. Don't come on here on that, stay away from the kata crap. Then I'm looking at you no different than I look at the folks at that point. But the delineation with FBA, you noticing that's really getting everybody in line and everybody getting straightened. You notice that they self-correcting themselves, they telling on themselves. Have you noticed all that's been going on ever since delineation? That's why I think delineation was the best thing we ever done is delineate. And we got to keep up on this delineation. Don't let it go. No matter how much they cry, how much they plead, oh, help us, FBAs. Nope. You got it. We haven't delineated long enough to you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like my grandfather always say, absence make the heart grow fonder. We got to be absent for a time. See, sometimes you don't appreciate people till they're gone. And now they starting to understand, man, FBAs they're really about that life. And man, we don't have that no more. And that's the beauty about delineation. They miss us. And we stay gone a whole lot longer. They may all of a sudden start advocating for reparations in the form of cash payments.